Well, and we want to welcome everybody who is watching Texas A&M and LSU. And we have just gone through our first caution. We're 16 laps into our 200-lap race. Joey Logano started on pole and is still out in front. He has led all 16 laps. Austin Dillon started second. He is in second place right now. We have several cars now taking advantage as they come down for tires and adjustments, including Danica Patrick. Let's check in with Vince Welch.
The 6th car of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. This is a brand new race car that they brought in for this race. They're looking to run it at Homestead as well, but it's just been 2 free in to start this race. Fuel only with a chassis adjustment for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Ricky asked crew chief Mike Kelly, do I come even if everybody else stays out? He said, yeah, we got to make it better.
All right, thank you, Vince. Several cars making adjustments. The reason for the caution was Brian Scott running second, spun, coming out of turn number 4. And it looked like for a moment he might have had contact, but you'll see from this angle there was no contact with the 3. It was just everybody checking up. He gets loose, does a little bit of agricultural racing, gets a grill full of grass.
Well, we just talked about in the show when we started the show how this closing rate was going to be an issue, and we saw those really slow cars right in front of the leaders, kind of up on the groove. So I think that had a lot to do with it.
All right, so we want to remind everybody that's been watching us on ESPN News, you need to switch over now to ESPN for our continued coverage of today's nationwide race. We're going to step aside for a quick break because this caution is still ongoing here at the Kansas Speedway. Kansas City, if you get on I-70 and head east from the racetrack here, you'll run right through town as we are knocked down 18 of 200 laps here at the Kansas Lottery 300 and the newly reconfigured Kansas Speedway. And we're under our first caution as a spin with the 11 of Brian Scott. Joey Logano, as we mentioned, for everybody now switched over to ESPN, is our race leader. He's led all 19 laps now. Total of 6 cars are behind the wall. And we can tell you that the number 24 of Derek White gets the free pass. So that means we now have a total of 35 cars on the lead lap. And this is interesting. Joey Logano has now selected the high side for this restart.
The only reason I can think that he'd do that is just to show him that he can. I don't know. He had moved up the racetrack a little bit, but I'm not sure. Unless it's something to do with getting started here on the front straightaway from that outside, and he expects to clear whoever it is on the inside before they get to turn 1.
Okay, so let's reset it for you. It's Joey Logano, our pole sitter, on the outside, driver's right. Austin Dillon right beside him. Then in row number 2, Elliott Sadler, the points leader. Paul Menard had a strong car early. Kyle Busch looking for his first win in the 54 this year, alongside with Cole Witt. Good run going so far for Cole. Michael Annett 5th in the points, and Johanna Long. And a really good run for her early. Sam Hornish Jr. and Kenny Wallace round out row number 5. Pace car pulls off. Heading for the starting zone. Green flag flies. We're racing again at Kansas. An old problem surfaced for the number 3 car. Austin Dillon gets a sluggish restart.
He didn't get the best restart, but he got a good run through 1 and 2.
He did manage to hold on to that second spot. You can see side-by-side action there for 3rd. That's Elliott Sadler on the high side. The 33 underneath is Paul Menard.
Yeah, and just behind them, Kyle Busch really had a problem. He was on the bottom. I don't know if he got loose down in turn 3, but Michael Annett's been able to get up beside him, trying to take that spot away.
Deeper in the pack, you saw it was 3 wide there for a while. Look at Johanna Long in the 70, high side. Whoa, and Sam Hornish gets real loose, makes a nice save. Doesn't collect Ryan Blaney, his teammate, right behind him.
Yeah, that's kind of what we've expected to see up in this second group. Hornish sideways again.
Sam is really loose.
He complained about being loose in that first run right from the very beginning of the race, but it looked like his car got better as the air pressure built up.
That thing's almost uncontrollable, though, when the tires are cold, looks like.
Well, we are in cattle country, and if this was a rodeo, he is on a mean bull right now. back and show you exactly what happened, Sam, as he is heading through 2.
Yeah, this is just a lane and a half up, so I'm not sure that's the racetrack situation right there. Could just be this hard tire that they have to run, and it has cooled down some, and just looks like Sam's car is set up extremely loose, especially on these restarts.
Nice move by Ryan Blaney as well to slide up behind him and not run through him. Here's your top 3 as they continue with Joey Logano. He's led every lap so far. Paul Menard in that 3rd spot. They've pulled away from 4th, which is Elliott Sadler. 5th is Cole Witt. I can tell you the 51 of Jeremy Clements has pulled down pit road. He was running 12th. It's his 100th career start in the series, and this is not good. He's heading for the garage area.
Yeah, something happened to him. He was right in the middle of traffic when his car just basically laid down. I think it was Sam Hornish that did a good job to miss him.
We're hearing he has lost an engine. We can also tell you the 00 Blake Cook has gone behind the wall. On board here with Joey Logano. Let's get an update on that race leader. How about it, Vince Welch?
Well, Marty, Joey was fastest in that final practice by a 1/10.5, and some thought maybe he was going to stink up the show here today. But right now, and from the start of this race, his car has been plowing tight. In fact, they gave some consideration to coming during that first yellow, but crew chief Adam Stevens said, not in our window yet. Stay out there and deal with it. He says that Austin Dillon a little bit better than him in 1 and 2. Joey holding on in 3 and 4. But right now, the car certainly not as good as what they had in practice, and not as good as Joey would like to have for sure.
Yeah, but that's a scary thought. You got a car that you're not really happy with, and you're still leading the race.
Yeah, but he's having a hard time holding these guys back. You can see he's moved up the racetrack with this tighter race car and seeing if he can make that work a little bit to make a little bit more speed.
Yeah, we saw the same thing with him last week at Charlotte. It looked like he wasn't that good. He wasn't terrible, but he wasn't great. Moved up the racetrack a little bit and took off. So maybe he's taking a page out of that book. Got to sneak his way up there today, though.
Yeah, he's just going to have to make it an easy progression here in these next 175 laps.
He's going to give it a go, though. You can see he's leaving the car up there about a lane. Just to be able to hold on pretty good.
Now, I'd have to say that the practice that he had in the Sprint Cup car before this race probably gave him an idea that that lane where he's running right there was something that he can do if he really needed to. They wouldn't have dared ventured out there yesterday.
Joey will start 8th in tomorrow's Cup race, and he is going to get a wealth of information out of this one today, that's for sure. As he is still leading, even though he's got a race car that isn't as good as it was yesterday in practice. Under our second caution, Australian Scott Saunders tagged the wall. You can see the damage on the back of his 08. Let's take another look. Show you exactly what happened.
Looks like it basically just got out from under him. Got up and tagged the wall with the rear clip.
Not a great way to celebrate a birthday. Scott had a birthday that on Wednesday turned 24, and not going to be a big celebration.
Yeah, when these cars with these hard tires on this surface, even though we talk about a lot of grip, with the tire being that hard, when it starts to step out from you, it's really hard to catch the car, and especially with these drivers that don't have a lot of experience with these type cars and tires.
You see the crew is out on the track. Get up all the debris, and it looks like we've got everybody taking advantage of this second caution as we're 33 laps into this 200-lap event. Led by Joey Logano, we'll send it first to Dave Burns.
Kyle Busch has the 6th position. That's one worse than where he started. He'll take on just 2 right side tires for track position. Big track bar adjustment. Car way too loose. Doc?
And below him, points leader Elliott Sadler. They just made a change, and we're going to go 4 tires. Now they're going to go 2 right sides only. Air pressure change. Car loose in, tight in the middle. Vince.
Austin Dillon, upper right-hand portion of your screen, says the car is good. It's a 2-tire change, giving Sunoco fuel as well. And then for the 18 of Joey Logano, plowing tight, 4 tires, a rubber in the right rear, and a chassis adjustment with Sunoco fuel.
A lot of strategy here in the 2 tire changes, and look at Danica Patrick, no tires, picks up 8 spots, comes out 4th on the list. Brian Scott, after the early spin, picks up 11 here. Joey Logano, the big loser, because he took 4. He drops 7 from where he came in. Let's go over the wall with Mark Hollywood Armstrong on that 54 car as Kyle Busch made his stop.
Come on, boys, let's get this a little bit now. Come on.